Let's put it like this. These past 2 years have been unusual. In the past few years, the banana sector has had to face many challenges which have influenced its exports and pricing.
Actualmente la caja de banano para exportación la ofertan máximo en $2.
Volveremos a cerrar las carreteras porque estamos protestando por el bienestar de nuestra familia.
And on top of that, climate change poses a serious threat to banana cultivation. Today, more than 2.7 million people are directly or indirectly involved in the banana sector, which generates countless jobs in our country. And of course, we are aware that this serves the purpose of feeding the world.
El banano es mi vida.
Bananas are my life. They are my life because they have served as the basis for my personal and professional development. They are my life.
Es mi vida.
I grew up in a place just like this, surrounded by bananas. I used to walk barefoot like my daughter does, among the bananas. That's how I grew up.
My parents were already banana farmers. They were committed to agriculture and to the fertility of the land. Then in the 1990s, the banana boom began. Ecuador exports 6 million tons of bananas per year. The EU imports 7 million tons of bananas per year. Over 70% are from Latin America. It's a long and often difficult way. My grandmother had a plantation near a river. When I was a child, I said, one day I'm going to buy a banana plantation near a river because I enjoyed the sound of the river, the sound of the water on the stones. That's very relaxing. It's very peaceful to hear that sound. To avoid polluting the water, I have developed a system of basic water recirculation. Before the water is discharged into the river, I pass it through various filters, such as charcoal, sand, and stone. Afterwards, I return it to the river in the most natural way possible. I made the change to the irrigation system. I used to have a diesel engine system, and what diesel generally does is it generates a lot of waste itself. Oil changes, filters, and smog. So what I did was to change it to an electric system, which is a fairly clean system, so I don't pollute the environment. You have to invest a little bit to work with cleaner energy. Unfortunately, the price of organic bananas has remained practically the same for the last 8 years. It has only risen very slightly. Therefore, it is becoming more difficult for us, as we have more and more certifications to comply with, and there are more and more samples we need to collect. It's good that they do that, but we are constantly pushing for the market to recognize that value a bit more, that effort that is made in organic production.
We apply something called biol. It's not a pesticide, it's like fermentation. When the biol decomposes, bacteria grow, and those bacteria are benign. When they come into contact with the plant and the soil, they activate them. Some of them eat the bad microorganisms so they can reproduce. Others are a source of nitrogen for the soil, as a source of food.
When I
was a child, we lived next to the river. Back then they fumigated, so the air and river were heavily polluted. It was horrific. I suffered from bronchitis. That's the reason I'm so aware of these things. I've never liked the use of these chemicals. I believe the bananas we grow are for people, food for consumers who trust us with their health. I decided to focus on a healthy organic product so nobody needs to go through what I went through with asthma and bronchitis. When we took over the estate, it was totally run down. It was basically useless. The transition took 3 years. The costs were high and production went down. But we believed in the idea of transitioning to organic farming, and that's what we did. After only 3 years, I managed to get the certificate we needed, and from there on, things started to improve. Initially, an organic farm doesn't produce the same amount as other non-organic farms, but after a while, we were able to catch up. I believe it's the beginning of a journey. At this point, I'm 42 years old. I have 3 daughters, an enormous responsibility, but I think it's only the beginning. There's still more vision and strength to achieve more and grow further. I want my daughters to learn that everything is achievable with effort, consistency, and work. Actually, what we have today is small because there's so much more potential for growth with organic farming. It's small, but my family and I live from it. My dream is someday to be able to acquire the farm that I used to rent.
In this country, being a conventional producer means being adrift. Not having a partner is simply awful. When I became a partner and belonged to an organization, everything improved. It was a complete change, as I said before, a profound change. Because being a partner means being able to sell the fruit at a better price. These are important topics, right? Topics that take me back to old times when I used to live in debt. I used to save money here and there to be able to pay the wages of my employees. In the early stages, Germany was a country in which organic fruit was more popular and in demand than conventional bananas. What I value most are the matters of labor, especially taking care of the well-being of the employees.
I feel very proud to be working on this farm because I found a very kind and friendly person. He's someone who helps us with everything we need. My job here is to clean, and he's given me a place to stay and live. I feel very happy and proud of everything I'm doing here.
I don't feel different from my employees, nor do they from me. I'm not superior to them, nor do I feel inferior to them. I don't have to eat better than them, because they're the ones who work hard and they're the ones who sweat. This belief has always led and motivated me to spend time with them and to be attentive to their needs regarding health, safe housing, as well as timely and fair salaries. Since 2010, the selling price of bananas increased by just 7%, whereas the selling price for apples increased by 40%. A kilo of bananas is often sold for as little as €1. In conventional production, only 7 to 9% of that euro reaches the producers. With a Fairtrade certificate, producer organizations receive 45% of the selling price. It's of utmost importance that the end consumers, the supermarkets and wholesalers all acknowledge the effort of the farms and all the hard work that goes into organic farming. The effort of a producer who has a certification of good agricultural practice and has implemented a quality management system in the field, regardless of whether it's conventional or organic, should always be recognized, because good practice includes both production systems. Bananas are the livelihood of 2.7 million Ecuadorians. For their efforts to be valued, bananas need a fair price.